Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Marky video. His name's Marky, right? Okay, if that's not his name, sorry. But, yeah, another TikTok drama video. So much drama. Like, TikTok has every genre of drama. I don't know, like, so many things I didn't even know was happening behind the scenes, but thanks to his channel, I know stuff is happening behind the scenes. But this is TikToker calls out Lash Tech after viral scam. So many scams on TikTok. I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I watch the video. But I want to guess. Maybe the scam is buying false lashes and getting something else that you didn't pay for, or not getting the product at all. I don't know. But yeah, let's get into it. And please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Right, so some of you might have noticed that I've been away for a few days because we went away for Emily's birthday, but when I actually came back and decided to look for a topic for today's video, this was by far the one that I saw the most. And it's one of them classic situations that we see on this channel at this point. It's a client versus like a business. And more specifically, today we're going to be talking about eyelashes. So the main person to be aware from this situation is this TikToker right here called Lashes to Lavish, who is a licensed esthetician, as we can see by her bio, and she does a lot of content around her job, but then also just kind of like your normal TikTok videos as well. Well, recently, Lashes to Lavish has posted what was a 5-part series talking about like the client from hell. We're kind of seeing this around TikTok with like different situations, but it also has kind of developed into a bunch more videos where she's answering more questions as well. But let's actually go to the beginning, right? Part 1, and this is where she gives a very brief overview of what has happened here.
Okay, this is part 1 of the client from hell. She has been stalking me, bad-mouthing my business, leaving fake reviews on my profiles.
Stalking.
She's been telling other clients of mine to not come to me. She's been stalking my social media accounts. And yeah.
I mean, straight away, that's a lot of accusations, but like I said, this is a 5-part series where she goes into a lot more.
Okay, so that's weird because I feel like there's so many estheticians or whatever. So why would you like be bad-mouthing another business? Like, all this time you're spending bad-mouthing one business, like you could be like growing your own business. So seems like someone's jealous.
Detail. And this is actually a situation that's been going on since March, when her future client DM'd her saying that she wanted to do a fill for her eyelashes. I don't really know the technical term, so I don't know exactly what that means. Okay, judging from Google Images, that is actually exactly what you would assume it would be by the name, right? It does kind of make a lot of sense.
Oh,
the
filler.
client wanted her to do a fill for her. She comes in for the appointment, she's late to the appointment, and then the client also refuses to have her eyelashes washed, even though she has like product in them and stuff. And this is where Lash to Lavish realised that this is probably going to be an awkward client to deal with.
Back in March, I had gotten a DM from her saying that she wanted me to do a fill for her, and I told her like, yeah, sure. I had an opening tomorrow, so she takes that opening. She comes in, she is late, and then also we had already confirmed the day before that she had lashes on for a fill. She comes in with 2 eyelashes. So I tell her like, okay, I can do as much as I can to get full coverage because I know you really want your lashes done, but you're gonna have to—
Oh, so the person bad-mouthing her was a customer, so she's just trying to get a free procedure or something. Is that the scam?
Sooner, which makes sense. So as I'm starting her lash fill, I go to wash her lashes and she tells me no, don't wash them. Her lashes were covered in mascara, makeup, everything.
Don't you have to wash them before you put new ones?
Real issues.
But either way, they have the appointment, everything seems to have gone well, but then the client actually sent a message a few days later saying that the lashes have came off and she needs to come in to have them redone.
Because your eyelashes were dirty.
She's telling me she loves my product, she wants to come to me all the time, she loves my supplies, she loves my business, and just a lot of stuff that was weird for someone that didn't even follow me or know who I was until yesterday. Basically, she texts me a few days after that her lashes are not lasting her. They're almost all off, which for me never happens. I've been lashing for 6 years, but I'll take accountability, sure. So I get her in. That week I was so busy, I squeezed her in. She came back in, and
with
I
2
noticed that
lashes.
she had pulled off all of the extensions I put on. I even have a picture I can drop for you guys to see, but it was so weird. I know what that looks like. I've been doing this long enough. She yanked all her lashes off.
Now at this point, you might be confused why she would like pull the eyelashes off after a few days and come in and say that they've been falling off. It does make a lot more sense towards the end where we get into like a lot of the accusations that we spoke about earlier. But at this point, the client's saying that she didn't pull the lashes off. They actually just came off. She needs them redone. Lashes to Lavish decides to do it for a discount, but then
how do all your eyelashes come off by itself? Like, you blink that hard or what? Because I feel like it's not that easy for eyelashes to come off unless they were installed wrong. So according to her, she didn't, like, she installed them correctly. So she must know that she pulled them off, because unless you blink that hard, then I don't know. Like, why would you pull them off? Like, wouldn't that like ruin your natural lashes also? Like, you're trying to scam someone, but you're also harming your own lashes. Weirdo.
Then just a few days later, they've apparently came off again. And this apparently happened multiple times. It happened 4 or 5 times, as Lash to Lavish says in this video. And it got to the point where she was just like, maybe you should go to someone else.
And at this point, I'm asking her, like, hey, like, maybe you should start seeing, like, another lash artist. Like, maybe it's me, you know? And at this point, I've texted, like, all the clients in between her appointments, and I'm like, are you guys experiencing any issues? And they're like, no. My clients are all regulars. They come back every 2 weeks on the dot, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and their lashes are perfect.
And then at this point in the video, Lash to Lavish
You need to redo your lashes every 2 weeks. I thought they lasted longer, but isn't that the point of getting eyelash extensions, so that your eyelashes look longer and fuller and you don't have to go every 2 weeks? I mean, like, monthly sounds normal, but every 2 weeks?
is basically talking about how hard it is to
Oh,
communicate
y'all blink
with
hard.
this client and just work with them in general. And she's saying that she feels like she couldn't even like voice her opinions.
And then with this client, I kept running into issues where I voiced my opinion after like 4 or 5 times of being disrespected, of just her messing with my schedule. I would tell her like, hey, if your booking fails and you need a full set, please communicate that, because what ends up happening is I end up going home like 45 minutes after I was supposed to, because you threw off my schedule and you know that you have 2 eyelashes on and they're throwing gang signs. Like, just communicate.
And now we move
Gang
on to the third
signs.
part in the series, and this is where things start going wrong, right? So this is another situation where,
But
like,
yeah,
if you-
shouldn't that be common sense also for the customer? Like, if you go to someone and you're not satisfied, or something bad is happening after like 2 times, wouldn't you look for someone else? Isn't that common sense? But of course, this is a scam, so she's trying to
days
build
went
up her
by,
scam.
This client saying, I need to come in, but this time there's no appointments. And Lash to Lavish even says, like, at this point, I'm probably just going to ban her. But this client is so adamant that she's going in that she's just going to show up without an appointment.
And lo and behold, 5 days go by. She sends me a message at 1 in the morning saying, hey, I'm coming in tomorrow. I need you to fix one of my eyes. First of all, hello, how are you? Sorry for
Make an
bothering you.
appointment.
So I didn't any of that. And then I was really busy in the morning, so I wasn't able to answer her. And I also didn't have any more openings. And I told her this would happen. So at this point, I'm just going to ban her. Mind you, her last appointment, I also charged her. I think I gave her like half off because it was her birthday. And then that next day, she texted me like 5 times. I'm coming in. Hello. I just need you to fix one eye. It won't take you long. It will take you 10 minutes. I'm on my way. Over and over again, I was professional and I was like, I am not able to do it for you. At this point,
Not
like,
being
I said
last
4 or 5
minute and
times,
forcing
every
yourself
single
on
And honestly,
someone.
when I first started watching through this series, I was like confused why this client wanted to come back, right? Because if what they're saying is true and the lashes keep falling out,
Yeah, why would you keep
wouldn't
going back?
Going back to the same person, you'd find someone else. So clearly, there's some other reason why this person keeps coming back, but no one really knows what it is at this point. Lashes Lavish didn't know what it was
Attention.
at this point
She
until
wants
she actually
attention.
received a negative review from a different name, but she was pretty sure it was from this client.
5 days go by and I don't hear anything from her. At this point, I'm like, okay, she went somewhere else. Tell me why. On the following Monday, I believe that was a Wednesday that happened, I get a notification from Google that someone left a 1-star review on my page, and the name I don't recognize. And if you are a service provider, you know the second that you get that review, your heart sinks. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out who could have left this review, who is this? But I knew in my heart like it was her.
And even though she says that she knew it was this client, she reached out to her to kind of make sure, and the client said it wasn't her. But Lash Lavish is basically saying, like, look, I knew it was her, but she's denying it. She then goes on to do some digging, she sees some other previous reviews that this client had left, and she put the piece together, realised it was her because all the stories were the same, and spoke to different, like, people who had also received negative reviews. And now at this point, she decides to search the client's phone number, and finds out that this client is also, like, a Lash tech, but all the photos that she uses to promote her work are fake. She uses photos from other people, like Lashes to Lavish.
So then at this point, I'm just trying to figure out what her actual name is. So I type in her phone number on Google, and this is where shit gets crazy. Tell me why, as soon as I put in her phone number in, it gives me a lash artist in my area. And it also gives me her Instagram.
Wait.
Go and look her up on Instagram.
So the person that left the review has the phone number? Or... Oh no, I'm confused about that, because why would you have your phone number on the internet like that?
And she has me blocked from this account. So I'm on the phone with my business partner and she pulls it up and she is a lash artist too. We are looking through her page and it's all fake photos. We put in the photos into Google and every single photo pops up. Every single photo on her account is fake. Mind you, when she was getting her lashes in with me, she was saying that she has a cousin in Houston that wants to buy my supplies. the cousin is her. So at this point, I'm just like so confused. I'm honestly like scared.
Like, you have
'cause I'm,
all this
person
time
knows
to do
where I
this.
work, and it was just like an unsettling
You could
thing.
just spend
So it
that
seems like to me,
time
kind
to
of
build
reading
your
between the lines.
business.
It seems like she was getting her lashes done, then like pulling them out so she can get them redone a few days later, just so she has more pictures of lashes being done that I guess would make her work look better than it probably is. Now, this is actually Callum from the future talking here, but I should also mention that it might be what I've just said, but it also might be that she is ripping out the eyelashes so she has like proof of a bad review, as we find out with the bad review that she allegedly left. Who knows what the thought process was? It doesn't really make sense to me either way, but I think that's worth mentioning. That's what it
So,
seems like to
you're
me,
gonna
which
show
is
her
a
face?
wild way to market your business. And Lashes to Lavish actually phoned the other lash studio that received a bad review and spoke to them, and the stories do add up, and they know as well that she uses these fake names.
So then I called the lash studio that she left a 1-star review on to try to figure out her name because I still don't know it. They tell me that it's the same person. They confirm it for me. They also say that they know that she's using a fake name, and that person used a fake name with them too. And she basically tells me that she was like screaming at them, yelling at them, being really aggressive. Basically the same thing she tried to do with me, she did to them. So then I had pulled up her Instagram from my friend's phone, and I noticed that she was following people that like I was meeting from TikTok. And I noticed she followed like 1,000 people in the exact same order as it is in my following list.
And to this day, she's still doing it, and I have proof of that.
Now, I will say, selfishly, I would love to know who this person is.
But so she's also watching your TikToks and your videos talking about her. So, dang, I wonder what's gonna happen with that, because she knows that you know.
To kind of see the stuff they were posting, to see how
She know
crazy it
everything.
is, like the way it's being described. The name's not mentioned, and I see that's for good reason, right? Obviously, Lash to Lavish doesn't want to give this person like attention, but from what we can tell with this story, and of course we don't know it to be 100% true, this is someone just making videos, we do see some like proof of like text and like the picture of the lashes in the next video, but again, we don't know these people in real life, we don't know the exact truth. But based on this story alone, it seems like the client is also like a lash tech, if that's what it's called, who maybe
has
thinks
nothing
that
better
the best
to
way to
do.
promote her business is promoting it using other people's work. And even on top of that, she's went out of her way to apparently follow people that Lashes to Lavish has interacted with on TikTok. We also find out later that she would apparently tell her clients that she knows Lashes to Lavish and they have this like business relationship, which isn't true according to
trying
Lashes to
to
Lavish. It's just a really weird situation. You'd be freaked out if this happened to you, wouldn't you?
Use
Now, Lashes to
someone
Lavish does
else's
actually confront her about this,
popularity
and of course she denies
to
it
grow her
all.
business.
After when I call her, I basically tell her like, look, I know it was you. And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, okay. And I said her business name. She was like, why do you want to start all this drama? You are unprofessional. And I'm like, you're weird. Like at this point, I don't care about like professional. Like you are actually a
Weirdo.
sicko. You're odd. You're very, very odd. And I told her, I was like, look, as a business owner, like you shouldn't be doing this to someone else. She goes, I don't have a business. At this point, I start laughing because I'm like, you're such a liar. Like you're fucking crazy. And then she's like, sorry, that's my puppy. Okay, so sorry, don't hate me. I'm gonna make another video because this is just like way too long. The reason why I'm gonna report her is gonna be in like the next slide because I've given her multiple chances to shut the fuck up.
Okay, so as we just heard, in the next video we find out why she's reporting it, and we do find out. Now first things first, we actually do see pictures of the lashes that apparently were pulled out. This is them right here, and yeah, I mean, it does look like some were pulled out. That definitely is what it looks like. I mean, I'll be honest, I definitely don't know enough about eyelashes to make a solid conclusion, but looking at this, it does look like stuff has been pulled out. Like you can see the gaps here. It seems that way. But this is the video where we get some more details as well, where Lash to Lavish says that this client doesn't have a license, which is a big reason why she's reporting her. She also confronts her about like the negative review, to which the client denied multiple times, but then says, oh, actually it was my friend who did that.
And with her name, I looked
Your
her up
friend
in the
that
licensing
never went
department,
to
and I
her?
figured she doesn't have one. While I'm on the phone with her, she keeps saying that it wasn't her who left the review. She has no idea who it was, and then finally admits that it was her friend.
Which, yeah, if that is how the conversation went, it does seem like maybe the friend wasn't involved. It was kind of just thrown under the bus there. It does seem like something someone would say if they did leave the review. And then finally, Lashes to Lavish explains like why she is reporting her.
Fast forwarding why I'm reporting her.
On 3 different occasions, I've had clients tell me that they have went to her in the past or they had no idea who she was and they booked with her. She talked about me the entire appointment. This 40-plus middle-aged woman talks about me to my clients the entire time they're there. But I've honestly had it because when they tell me what she said, it's all lies. And she says that she doesn't like my
What's
product,
happening
she
in
says
the
she doesn't like
background?
my work. And this is what we're working with here, as you can see. I am not someone that usually would ever do this. However, I have given her a lot of chances.
It's
I was
fine. You
also
ain't
voiced
showing her identity.
knowing that she continued
Just
to
showing her
badmouth
eye
me to a client that was
lashes.
only going to her because I was hospitalized, and this client had no idea But when she told me, I was like, yep, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, that is a wild thing to do, right? Judging from this story alone, of course, we still don't know exactly what has happened. We weren't there. But judging from this story alone, it seems like this person who has went to this Lashes Tech multiple times consistently is now actually like bad-mouthing her to her clients. And then of course this on top of the fact that she's using these fake images to promote her business. Now looking at the comments in this video, the vast majority of people are on Lash's lavish side. There is some comments like this that says, but this doesn't say why you're reporting her. State Board governs her work, not her attitude. I'm confused what you're saying to State Board that would violate their policies, to which Lashes the Lavish replies saying, if you practice lashing without a license in Virginia, you could face criminal action, fines, and or license suspension or revocation. So yeah, of course the law might be different in certain states.
Wait. Did y'all see that? If you practice lashing without a license in Virginia, you could face license suspend. What? How are you gonna suspend someone's license if they don't have a license? Okay.
Fines and or license suspension or revocation. So yeah, of course the law might be different in certain states, but according to this comment, she is saying that this is illegal in that state. Now in one of the follow-up videos, she does explain why she carried on working with this client, because that was a big question people were asking.
Another question I saw frequently saying, why did she perform the service if that's what her lashes look like? Again, you guys, this is the part of the problem. I couldn't say no to her. She wouldn't take no for an answer. I can show you guys like how persistent she was when she was texting me. And I would text her multiple times saying this over and over again. You can pause to read.
The sets are not lasting because we are not able to get full coverage. We have not been able to get full coverage since you started coming to me. Full coverage means you sit through an entire appointment where I'm able to lash 100% of your lashes. You're coming in with 0% and I'm only able to
Two
do
lashes.
30 to 40%.
Throwing
she's
gang
basically,
signs.
like explaining why it's not working, and then says I can do the fill tomorrow. However, I would really appreciate if we can respect my policies and book accordingly for future appointments so I can something the
Provide the
services
services
to the
to them.
standards I hold myself to which she simply says, okay my dear, see you at 11. So basically what we're getting at here is that it was hard to communicate with this client. She also goes on further to talk about how her clients were going to this other person to get their lashes done and the work was really bad, and while she was there she was telling these clients that she knows Lashes are lavish.
I literally was in the hospital. 2 of my clients went to her, not knowing who she was, because again, I hadn't posted about her. They came back, I saw their lashes, and I'm like, they're terrible. And I'm not the type of technician to like bash others, so all I told my clients were like, hey, like whoever did your lashes, like while I was away, like just don't go back there, because the work is terrible. Like what the hell? So when they told me, they were like, hey, like she was actually telling a lot about you. She said that like she knew you and your work was this and that. If someone is telling you that, hey, like my lash tech has pneumonia, like she's in the hospital, and you still choose to sit there and talk about me while I like was dying in the hospital. They had told me if I would have waited 2 more days, my lung would have collapsed, and your old ass still finds the nerve to talk about me. Even after I caught you red-handed lying, when I had texted her, basically the message that I put in one of the story times, she said, I don't know what you mean. Like totally acting like she didn't write it. And then on a phone call conversation, she's like, okay, well, that was my friend, it wasn't me. Her story keeps switching.
Okay, so these are the text messages about the reviews as well. Obviously, we find out that she says that a friend actually left the review in the end. But originally, Lashes Lavish sent this message that we can't see half it, but it said, amazing the services and how you want to purchase my supplies for your family. Okay, so she's talking about, like, at the time, she was saying that your service is amazing. And then she goes on further to say, it seems to be because of my schedule, we couldn't get you in. You are now upset. I totally understand your frustration. However, I'm fully booked for the month. Any appointment you have tried to book, I have squeezed you in, so on, so on. She's basically saying, like, why are you leaving the review? And then the message in return from the client is simply just, hi, I'm sorry, you text me.
Wait, isn't that weird? Like, how many lash techs are in your city? Because if you're in the hospital with pneumonia, then they randomly go to this other lady, and the people telling the people telling you that she's bad mouthing you, they can't give you a name. Like you said, you didn't know her name, but your customers randomly went to her when you're sick with pneumonia, and then when they come back to you, their lashes are messed up, and they told you about this random lady, but they can't tell you her name because apparently you don't know it. So I guess she gives fake names. I don't know. Me no know.
You mean hello? So yeah, I mean, not really giving much back. But yeah, either way, that is the situation up until.
Okay, so that's the end of the video basically. But yeah, that's kind of weird. Because if you're trying to grow your business, like, wouldn't you want to spend more time on that instead of like trying to bring down someone else's business? That's kind of weird. She must have nothing better to do. She doesn't have a life. I don't know. But yeah, like, how many lash techs are in your area? Because if you're sick and your clients need lashes, need fillers, How do they just randomly end up going to this other lady? That's a coincidence. Like, why wouldn't they go to someone else that works in your salon or something? I don't know. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.